Valuable wind power is being wasted, our gas power plants are aging, and our power system is in flux. Do we need to think about storage and hydrogen differently?
Haldane's opportunity is delivering next generation power system infrastructure that the UK desperately requires. Our power system over the next decade or so will demonstrate two phenomena. A dramatic increase in renewable energy and in particular oversupplied renewable energy that is prone to wastage. We're experiencing that at the minute in terms of our thermal curtailment, but increasingly what we will see is economic curtailment, whereby temporarily that power cannot find a home. We're looking to respond to, first and foremost, oversupplied, plentiful and cheap renewable energy that's prone to waste. Secondly, we have an ongoing reliance in the UK on our gas power station fleet. That fleet is reaching the end of its useful economic life, and it's really, really important that we're thinking about how we reinvest and replace that fleet now, because the problem will really begin to bite us in around 2035. Haldane's solution to those problems is inherently interlinked. Using hydrogen as an energy storage vector is a particularly unique and versatile and cost-effective solution to both responding to harnessing that oversupplied power and creating a fuel source, a dispatchable low-carbon power station backbone for the country that responds to the need for a new fleet in that regard.
So Wes, how and when do you produce the hydrogen?
So how? Quite simply through electrolysis, so using electricity to split water into its two constituent molecules, hydrogen and oxygen. When there's an abundance of renewable electricity on the system that would otherwise go to waste.
What do you see as hydrogen's part in that broader clean power goals?
Its ability to store large volumes of energy cost effectively over extended periods of time. Take lithium-ion batteries, and they're very good at responding to sort of short duration and quite rapid drops in generation or increases in demand, but it's very ineffective over long durations, and certainly at the sort of gigawatt scale that we're pointing to.
So Karen, where does the hydrogen go?
It gets compressed and then it gets piped into these salt caverns. And a salt cavern is essentially huge underground storage technology. And the way you make these salt caverns is you need a certain geology. So if you drill down into the ground, you have different layers of different geologies. And it just so happens that in certain parts of England has a layer of salt that is of a certain thickness and a certain quality, which means that we can drill down into this layer and we can pump water into it, and the water dissolves the salt in the layer, and you can pump the brine back up. And what you're left with is this huge underground structure where you can store hydrogen.
And what sort of scale are we talking about?
So the average size of one of these caverns is roughly the same volume as St. Paul's Cathedral over there. So these are huge structures, and to try and store that amount of hydrogen above ground just isn't feasible, which makes these salt caverns ideal for storing hydrogen. So this technology really is a key part of the dispatchable low carbon power and future energy system in the UK.
When do you think that the dispatchable power problem will come into question? And how does Haldane's technology play into that?
So dispatchable power is so important. So it's needed when the sun's not shining and the wind's not blowing. Dispatchable power is there to fill the gap. So it can be ramped up or ramped down as required. And this can be various different types of forms. It can be through unabated gas, low carbon dispatchable solutions such as hydrogen to power, or through LDES, so long duration electricity storage. The need for long duration storage and also dispatchable power. And that's what we think is the missing piece of the energy system puzzle.
3 parts, 1 solution. The UK's power mix is changing, and Haldane has an answer. There are challenges along the way: grid connections, financing, the role of government, but if we want to tackle the UK's coming power plans, we're going to need to think differently.